Hello, Nicole. Hello.
Hello, Eric. Hello.
How are you doing on this fabulous baby can? I was going to say Friday. It's Monday.
Yes, it is Monday. It's a good Monday day. Do you like my look?
Do you like my look? Look, everyone, we're not going to lie to you. We're both in freezing cold houses that we can't afford to heat. So, guess what? We're both in jackets.
Well, my look is also inspired
By me?
by Josh.
Oh, I love him.
I know this is my Josh look. Uh, More to come on that in the future, but this is my Josh look
Because it's a Because why again?
because he likes to wear beanies and sweatshirts with tassels.
Okay. We should have made that a poll.
What?
I envision him more in like a black t-shirt and
Yeah,
flipping
but he
his
also
hair around.
does
I
that
mean,
help?
you tried. You tried.
I
You know
adore
I
him.
can I can do it.
Do what?
Oh no.
What happened?
Of all of Let's see if it'll work.
Would you
No,
just stumble?
I can't tell you a number now, right?
Probably not. I mean, you could. Yeah, I probably should. I should be able to do it.
All right, well I love the number 31. And speaking of 31, you know what I think people should do, Nicole? I think
Share
we're
the show 31 times.
share the show. We're gonna need, here's why I like 31, everyone. We're gonna need 31 of you to follow, like, subscribe wherever you guys are watching. YouTube, you now, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, hollandaise sauce,
Chives
TikTok.
and anchovies.
Chives and inches. Just follow wherever you guys are watching. It is always so helpful when you guys follow the shows. Of course, when you share them now. Let people know that we are live. Share them after the fact if you think someone might like them. And if you want more info of where to follow us, check out our website, hellofriendspod.com. You can go to the slash find us live page for all of the socials for myself, Nicole, the show, such sort, and more. When you go there, it might be up, it might be down. You never know what's happening. We're trying our best.
That's all you can do in life is do your best, you know?
We have to,
And
I mean, what?
and I encourage those who are listening to do their best and leave a 5-star rating, positive review, share it with all of their loved ones, just all that good stuff always, you know?
And in the interest of, things working, things not working,
Uh-huh.
uh, I thought we could do a fun game now, Nicole.
Okay, why not?
Let's test it out and see. At least we know for the future what a better time to try it than now. So I ask all of you watching, wherever you are watching, do you think that Nicole's outfit reminds you of Josh? You can type yes or no wherever you guys are watching, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. I'm just curious if I linked it correctly and it's still working. And you know what I'm thinking, Nicole? I'm thinking it's
You didn't.
not.
You didn't.
It didn't.
You didn't.
But here's the good thing. I'm looking and I see Harmony says no, Summer says no, Susie, Kylie, BB Hyde, Eric C. Fan says yes, Jenny says yes, Debbie says no, Jesse says no, Becca says no. You got a lot of no's, Nicole.
But I also got some yeses, and those people
But
know.
you also got some yeses. So
Yes.
okay, good to know. I did not re-link the polls correctly.
But good to know that there are mixed reviews in regard to my Josh ensemble. But like I said, it will make more sense in the future, and then you'll go, "Oh, that is a Josh look."
Okay, so wait, do you have like A special has Arissa given you like special access to feeds that we don't know yet?
What? No, I am gonna give you guys special access to my feeds. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those days, and here we are, Monday night, 10 almost 30 at night, and we're ready to recap this episode.
We are. Now look, Nicole, this episode I feel like started with a giant bomb that for some reason I saw a lot of people not talking about on Twitter. Like, I'm most excited for, this show. We're calling it a recap show, but it's more like my reaction and Nicole's reaction to the episode, your guys in chat, wherever you're watching, your reactions, what you want us to talk about. I thought this was a giant bomb dropped at the beginning of this episode that Julie made a last ditch effort to throw Josh under the bus. And I'm
Yeah.
surprised more people weren't shocked by that. I was floored by it.
I know she mentioned it briefly in her
Mm-hmm.
exit interviews that, she had tried and went out at the very end, like kicking and screaming, which I very much admire. I admire people that fight till the very, very end. But yeah, that was very shocking to see. I was like, I guess they couldn't obviously fit it into the previous episode because it probably happened right, obviously, but no, because it's all pre-taped. It's not. I don't know. I wish they had showed it because that's very relevant to the domino effect that has happened in the house with Josh continuing to be a target. Um, but yeah, it was difficult because my family and I love Josh, so it was difficult to hear a couple adjectives in there that didn't need to be said. But I understand her wanting to fight till the very, very end and kind of take him down, which you got to give her credit.
I feel I mean, I really don't feel away because I know my intention behind what I'm saying, but I know it could be easy for people to be like, "Oh, Eric, that's stereotyping." But I was getting Audrey vibes from Julie in that meeting. Like there was a moment where I closed my eyes and I could just finish, like picture Audrey talking and being like, no, look at this man. Look at him. He's been so deceitful. I feel like that was such like I don't know. I would love to go back and look if Audrey gave a similar speech like that and almost mash them up because I was getting that same like vibe from Julie and like I very much like Julie in the exit interview. Of course, if you
Mhm.
guys missed that, you can check it out. Nicole and I do the video interviews, not even just audio anymore.
True.
That's up everywhere. I liked her there. I would have liked to have seen more of Julie in the house, but not over
Yep.
Josh.
I definitely want to see more Julie and alongside Josh. I like both of them a lot. Um, and it's very shocking to me that she went out first. To be completely honest, I think she's somebody who I'd hope to see again in the future. I say this about everybody that goes home, but I like to see her play again. But I will just throw it out there. This is just me being me. I didn't appreciate the slimy. I feel like
Yeah, I
there was no
didn't that
need for the word slimy.
I agree. I didn't like how she went about doing it.
Hmm.
Um I don't know.
Like
I
if I was sitting on that couch, she would have had me until that word, and then I would have been like, you
Yeah,
know,
because it's just rude for no reason. And like, and I get that you need to make your last ditch effort to try and stay, but it seemed like a personal attack
yes.
when Julie is a person that is outspoken about not being attacked personally.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah, makes sense.
think I didn't like it.
Same. And listen, I'm all for a last ditch effort. I was somebody who clawed and scratched till the very, very end. And you know what else I did?
What?
I attempted to balance some balls.
As soon as they were like, you gotta balance balls, I was like, oh god, it's a Nicole comp.
It came up on the screen And I turned to my family and went, "Oh, well, you know I'd be out." Like, that be
Mhm.
my family would be like, "Oh, Nicole, this is not her comp." Like, I just can't. Something with obviously lack of strength, that goes without being said, I'm not fit, but also anxiety. Once that horn sounds and you start a comp, my anxiety shows itself in shaking. Like, I shake and I can't have a steady hand like that. So I give them all credit. This HOH comp being called arch rivals, and what they have to do, for those of you who maybe didn't see it, is hold that bow and arrow with one arm
Mhm.
and balance a ball on like a little groove plank on top.
Right.
And every time a horn sounds, they have to then add another ball, which I don't understand it. I don't understand how you balance one and then two and then three and then four. I wouldn't even be able to hold up the freaking bow and arrow. So all of them deserve kudos.
And apparently, you're allowed to adjust your other balls when you add the ball. I have to say, I know that we have a surprise that very soon we're going to surprise people with. Um I
Multiple.
just have multiple. I already know what I would like to do. So one of the things that I've never thought I would ever hear being said in such a way on Big Brother is I'm just standing here watching everyone's balls drop around me.
I knew you would respond to that in that way. I knew it was coming.
Do you know what my other favorite line from the show was? There
What?
was that one and one other line that I loved.
I
Why
probably
are
know
you
it.
me? Why are you me?
What?
When Braden kept going, why are you me? That was
And
my
they did
favorite.
show it.
And they showed
Production
it
like, all
like,
right.
well, I think they were like, we have to put this on the screen because I don't think people are going to get what he's saying.
Mhm. No,
He's like,
true, true.
why are you me? I was like,
But
okay, Braden. All right, but I'm
but
sorry. Back to the competition. I know
yes,
there's so
because
much to talk about.
that's later. That's in the HOH room. So we
Yes.
have the arch rivals HOH competition. Um, it's going along. Everybody's balls
Hmm.
are dropping. What happens is we end up with Destiny having 5 people still standing. Defender, when they mention it, has three. Then they have two. So we have Tina down, we have Tara down, and what really matters is it ends up being Braden and Latoya from the one
Yep.
team versus Austin and Beth from the other team.
Did you like Beth's walk slowly, gingerly? I'm gonna need you to progress gingerly and softly off this stage, you big hunk of man. Because you know that Beth is freaking in love with, oh my God, what's his name? She's like, I need you to walk
Ty.
slowly. Ty, gonna need you to walk very slowly. Slowly, bend a little.
Motion.
Bend a little. Bend a little. You
Oh,
bend when
slow
you step
motion shirt take off.
yeah, yeah. She's like, "You're hot. Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off. Walk slow." She's a whip somewhere in there. Oh, I know it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I get it. I get it. Playing Big Brother, yes, you have moments where you say to each other, like, good luck. Oh, don't do that. Don't do this. Watch out. Don't stomp. I get that. That's just like impulse. But watching it from an outsider's perspective, it's
Mhm.
like, biatch, don't tell the people who just dropped something what to do. Like, if someone wanted to, they could be spiteful, drop their thing, and like stomp off the mat just to piss her off, which I may have done.
Well,
Um, but
but it's her team.
true, very valid. Oh, because they were on.
I
Yeah, that's very, very valid.
Because I thought the same thing. I thought if I didn't want her to win, sure
Yeah.
as shit, I would have like slammed my arrow down, stomped off the stage. But then I'm like, no, that's the team.
So it makes sense you tell your fellow teammates to because you want to win. Okay, touche. I get it. And also, like I said, I get it when you're in there. Like there is that sense of like it being like camaraderie. We're all in this competition. So like oftentimes people are still, you got this. Good luck. Oh, come on, hold on tight. Even if you're kind of against the person, I think that's just the nature of like sports, in my opinion, though.
Right.
But anyway, so we end up with Beth dropping and Braden dropping. So of the two teams, we have Latoya from Defender and we have Austin from Destiny duking it out.
Right.
Who
Who
would
did you
you have
want?
your money on?
Well, I mean, I would have had my money on Latoya. I was gonna say, who did you I mean, it's hard. I feel like we know everything that has happened
Yes.
already, but watching it, um, I don't know, it's hard. You know I wanted Latoya to win. We
Yes.
talked about it last week. I am not a fan of her social game, and again, I would have said I wanted Latoya to win until she is standing there making a deal in front of the house on the first HOH telling Austin that she's good, and Austin is giving it right back to her. No, you're good. No, you're good. If I was the people evicted, I would be like, so these two are that close? Like, they're so close and feel so safe in this game.
Yep.
They're comfortable publicly making displays of protection in front
Yeah.
of the whole house.
I wouldn't argue like, oh, they're so close. Like that wouldn't be what I was thinking. I would think more, wow, they're really cocky and confident right now that they can just slew around safety to everybody. Like that's
Yeah.
very, very interesting. Like it's very interesting to see how people receive power. And that's something that always intrigues me about Big Brother. A different side of people comes out, and even when power is within reach, it's funny how people all of a sudden get like, "You're safe, all of you. Like, I know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna call the shots, and who's safe and who's not." So, and it's like, what the hell's happening? You didn't even win yet. So like, I get it. I get telling the person like, "I got your back," but at the same time, the way it was done, like so loud in front of everybody, and you have a team, and it was just kind of like awkward. It was like, oh,
Yeah, it was. I didn't get it. But again, it's why I feel like based on preseason, I thought Latoya was going to be a very like strategic under the radar
yeah,
player that would do amazing in physical comps and just play almost this flawless game. And she keeps, in my opinion, making these horrible social game moves that makes me think she's not going to go far in this game. I really like it's all great to be confident and cocky now, but I am telling you, those boys are not going to take you over
yep,
each other. You
yep.
are burning all your girl bridges. I just I don't know. I don't know. I
I can
don't
see that. I
feel
think there's a
yeah.
difference between like, oh, like my arm, like, come on, like, I'll keep you safe, please. I just want to win. Like, almost that kind of approach is better received, I feel, than a very direct, like, you're safe, I got you, let's do this. And I agree with you. I thought she'd be somebody who, being a cop would be more stealthy in her social game, be more stealthy in general and
Mhm.
quieter and observing more. And she's a lot more in it and loud and than I thought. I think she's a lot more, I'm gonna say this right now because
Yeah.
this is what I want to say. And it's like, oh, I thought you'd be more filtered, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, I thought you would too. But I have to say, I also did not think that in Austin would do so well. Austin is
Yeah.
someone who I thought, yes, I would like her from preseason, but she is proving to be a force to be reckoned with the game. She is actually becoming or is everything I thought Latoya would be. Like
Yeah.
everybody kind of likes her. She is confident, but she is not mean. She is assertive, but also friendly.
Mhm.
She is liked by most of the people. She really only has a justifiably Josh who wants to come, after her, possibly, if he's
Yeah.
the one that ends up staying. So, I think she's doing amazing, and I was thrilled she was HOH. I mean, not thrilled with her noms, but I was happy for her as HOH. It makes sense. I mean, her hands are tied. I actually don't think those are the noms she would have made had she had the whole house to pick from.
Oh no, absolutely not. because of the teams. Yeah, no, I agree with that. So
Yeah.
like you're saying, obviously Austin won the HOH. That means Team Defender are the winners again. Um, I don't know, a little odd in the sense of, excuse me, Team Destiny is the winners again. It's odd in the sense of I understand they're in the room private, but like
Mm-hmm.
even the celebrating alone was something that um to quote Julie Chen Moonves, oh how the mighty have fallen. You have to be very, very careful because the pendulum will swing. And yes, it's incredible. Incredible Team Destiny that you won last week. It's incredible that you won again. But there's gonna come a point when it shifts. So just wait. Just wait till you have to turn on each other. Just wait. So I think it's that kind of I understand celebrating and being happy, but it also kind of made me like, no, underdog defenders, you know?
Dun-dun, dun-dun,
What?
dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. That point never came in BB22 All Stars.
What?
That time never came in BB22 All Stars. We just watched the steamroll happen week after week, and the mighty never fell.
Yeah, but I think karma continues into real life. Anyway, so we have them win. They are cheering in the room. We find out at that point that Beth and Austin have a final two, and it's kind of a what?
By the way, everyone, Cody is joining us on the podcast on Friday, live everywhere.
I'm excited.
Yep.
I was just talking to him today. He's excited to join us. So we have, the Beth and Austin final two, which is kind of like, oh, is that stealthy? Is that kind of behind the scenes? No, later on in the episode, we see all the guys. We see Kyle chatting with, I believe it's Rowan, and Rowan saying, I can't read Beth. And Kyle, who's very much impressing me, is like I didn't think he'd be that aware, no offense. And he's just like, I think she's very close to Austin. I can't read Austin either. So them two are two people we gotta watch. And I was like, wow, them two have a final two. Everybody's aware of it.
Uh, very odd. The Beth and Austin final two is, oh, God. It's the only thing that's making me question Austin, if I'm being honest.
No, I don't think it should make you question Austin. She has a lot of bridges. She has a lot of connections. She has a lot of like a hand in every pot kind of thing going on.
Yeah,
The building of it at least.
it is always good to have a lot of places to go. And I do agree that she has a lot of places to go. And I don't think that anyone necessarily sees her in a bad light.
Hmm. But
Period. No, period. I could actually, at this moment, I could see Austin winning the whole game.
yeah, I can argue that with
She
you.
has
I
a
think that's very
she has a lot, like you say, she does have a lot of maneuverability within the game. She has a lot of people
yeah.
she can go to if her numbers start dwindling or things start going bad for her. I'm just saying, like as a life choice, like as a character choice, I find it interesting that Kyle is the one that you want to go with.
Me?
No, her. Austin.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean? I just said he's more perceptive than I thought. Relax.
Someone's got feelings for Kyle.
Oh, you caught me.
Am I allowed to
No,
call him chest hair when I interview him?
no, I don't believe that's appropriate.
Okay, then I won't.
But quick side note about why I think it's a little bit wise for her to be with Beth. Beth, this is horrible, but not horrible. It's not. I feel bad saying it, but in Big Brother, it is very important to have a final two that would definitely go before you. So if people realize you're close, or people realize whatever, and they put you on the block next to each other, you want somebody who's more likely to go home than you are. So you want you have to pick your person, but also don't be the bigger threat of you and your person. You kind of want to pick somebody that's also like your shield. That's horrible to say, but that's what you should do.
It's not horrible to say. That's called good gameplay.
I know, but I just feel guilty because like in regard, like me and Cliff were inseparable, and Cliff will tell you this, but I always knew, and Cliff would say it as well, if we were on the block next to each other, he would go over me. So I always knew like that would at least buy me 1 week.
Oh, okay. You're not saying you would have chosen it, that you think that if that wasn't the case, she should choose a different person, or that you would have chosen a different person.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right, got you.
I mean, obviously, people go into the game. That's a good like thing to think about. I'm more the person you gravitate toward, who you gravitate toward, obviously. And early in the game, I did go home over Cliff technically, but I'm saying later on that was something that like him and I had realized. And I don't know. I think for people newly going into the game, it's important to keep that mindset. Don't have a final two that is more likely to win against you or more likely to beat you out. You kind of want your final two, but you want to be like the lesser of the evils that people don't necessarily target of the two. So in that sense, I think an Austin and Beth final two, if they end up next to each other, I think Austin will fare better than Beth.
And it is true. Nicole, a fan of Eric, says it's true as well, because Cliff and Nicole were on the block together and Cliff got evicted.
Yes, and I'm talking about later in the season, obviously.
Right.
It was pretty close there at the beginning, but both, yes, yeah, yep.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, I agree with you. Now, actually, I take it back, because I don't really agree with you, because I if things keep going the way they're going now, right?
Hmm.
Where when you're like Kyle, I'm like, who?
But that's
Um,
smart. That's good. You want to be who in the beginning of the season. You want the other house guests. Think about it. No, no. I'm
yeah,
just going to finish my rant. He's not like a who, like a let's get rid of him like Josh. Let's get rid of him like Rowan. There's already people that are falling into that get rid of category. And then there's the threat category. I feel like Kyle's in the middle of like the wait, who? Which he could all of a sudden be in final three, and then people go, oh shit.
right, but that's my point. So it's the opposite of what you're saying. So you were saying it's good for Austin to be sitting next to Kyle. I disagree. If
No, I'm
things
saying
keep
Beth.
going, oh, Beth,
I'm
I thought you
talking
said
about the girls.
Austin. Okay, okay, then yes, I agree. Because I think anybody sitting next to Austin, if it keeps going the way it's going, God, they're gonna want her out. She'll have an amazing resume. She'll have an amazing resume. She'll have amazing relationships. I think she's amazing. Is she a
Down the
Kardashian?
line, yes. Down the line, yes, you better be careful. But early now, I think people who are not as level-headed and not as constant will lose to her because in the beginning of Big Brother, it's a lot more. Oh, that person's emotional. That person's annoying. That person's aloof. That's usually what happens in the early weeks. Then it turns into more, I feel, strategic.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Well,
Speaking of which, I need to just put it out there. The
yes.
last two episodes, I tweeted out that a certain someone has my whole heart.
Is it Josh?
No, it wasn't Josh.
Who?
It was Kiefer.
Oh.
And during today's episode, I was like, what just happened when he was saying, like, oh, I think I'm going to be one of the targets. I think I'm going to be one of the nominees. I'm worried. I'm worried. And Josh was listening to him and listening to him. And then, like, a good pal was like, don't worry, man, you got this, like, talking him down, giving him words of inspiration. And Kiefer's response, like, I need some time alone, Josh. And it's like, that's very rude. Like, he could not be like spending his time with you. He could not be talking you down. He could not be being a supportive friend. Like, and I understand that house puts you under pressure, but I was kind of like, that's rude. Like, Josh was trying to build you up, and your reaction's like, be gone.
I would have to say that my oh my God, I don't know what it's called. Oh my God, reaction,
Okay.
my rebuttal, my feelings on this, my feelings on my
Okay.
feelings on what you are saying, Nicole, can best be described um by this. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Um, it's actually,
It
I
hurt
don't
my heart.
know. You what?
It hurt my heart.
I don't know why this season is filled with a bunch of people who, say things that get to me that make me understand. Like, for example, I don't know that they're going to show it on the show, but there's been like moments on the feeds where Kiefer has been saying, I used to be almost 400 pounds. I lost like 100 pounds before I came on this show, but I feel really uncomfortable eating with the cameras on me. Like, I
Oh,
don't want to be made fun of, or I don't want to take my shirt off because I don't want, like, all these guys are like hot, ripped, muscle guys. I don't want to take my shirt. So there are moments like that which make me like understand Kiefer and like, oh, my heart, I care and I want. But then, like you say, then there is the moment where you flip it, where you know you can be there for someone who's
yeah.
being there for you, and your rebuttal to that is just to dismiss them. And yes, I think I'm taking it kind of personally because, again, and I know we have not kicked off the live feed update shows yet. I'm trying to get all of the parts in order for them, and I am hoping that tomorrow or the next day we will. But just to kind of give you a little bit of background, this has been happening all week to him. It has been, he's constantly being isolated by people. He will walk into a room, the people will literally get up and be like, oh, we gotta go here, but just us, Josh. We need to powwow alone and talk, and like everyone leaves him alone. It is like he literally has the plague, and it's so weird. And honestly, it made me think a lot about you and your season. And people were even saying to me, like, Eric, that's why people loved Nicole on her season. She never isolated anyone or never made the person going home feel ostracized. And
Yep.
I feel like I almost took that for granted watching, All Stars with you last season because I almost feel like it's a different type of game. Like, and now maybe I'm remembering this all wrong, but I don't really feel like anyone was ostracized on All Stars on their way out. And I think it's a very first time player versus repeat player way to play this game.
I mean,
There's there's no reason you need to ostracize the person going out because, again, it's Big Brother. You
mm-hmm.
and by the way, Big Brother Canada, they have kept the first
Yep.
people out, brought them back. Not only have they've had them go live on set and get to watch the house. And then there are so many different scenarios where this isolating him and, making him feel like shit could very well come back to bite you if for no other reason you're making all the live feed watchers not like you.
Yep. Yep. I I'll even I mean, I wasn't there long, but I would even argue, yes, it's very different All Stars, but there's also hints of it. Like I always think of Keisha. I was, in the bedroom with her helping her pack, and she's like, Nicole, it's so weird. Nobody wants to talk to me. Everybody's avoiding me. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I stayed with her and I was talking to her for a while. Me, people do treat you differently. They do don't,
Mm,
not want to talk to you as much.
yeah.
And yes, again, people that have played it previously, those moments of humanity would slink through. Tyler, that moment came through. Danny, that moment came through where they would be like, Nicole, it's okay. But I did have moments where I think it was the Thursday I was evicted. I walked through the kitchen. I was like, guys, you can talk to me. It's not a big deal. Like I know I'm going because it's very frustrating. And that's something in BB21. I hated it. I hated the, oh no, Ovi's going. Oh no, Kemi's going. Oh no, Bella's going. And even Bella, somebody who I didn't necessarily see eye to eye with all the time, I hated those last few days where nobody would talk
Hmm.
to her. So again, I was always with her. So If not, yeah, okay, it's a game level. It is jury management, even if it's pre-jury, because you don't know what's gonna happen. But that aside, like, yeah, okay, it's game, but it also is just like humanity.
Yeah.
Me, I read a room, I read a house, and right away I go, "Where's that person?" And like I sense that like lonely, like I sense like someone's alone, and I hate it. And I don't understand how you could just leave somebody in a room, and that bothers me. And
Yeah.
that's why it breaks my heart with Josh, and I just absolutely adore him. And this is why seasons need to hire me just to exist in houses to be moral support. Period.
Wow, you just leaving me. You didn't make a deal for me to get to come along?
You can come, but you can't be flirting with the people.
I'm out. Lost says, I think the reason why people get shunned when on the block is because it has become normalized. They forget that there's a person leaving, not just a player in the game.
Oh yeah, and
I
I'll agree
also,
with that. Early in the season, it's very easy to be like, "Who we voting out? That person? Yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever." And then I don't know, it gets more real as time goes on. It gets very real when it's you, especially with newbies, and that's what a lot of them are going to learn. Right now, we're targeting the same people of Julie and Josh and Kiefer and Rowan and Josh and Rowan and Josh and Kiefer and Rowan. Well, guess what? When all four of them are gone and you have to start attacking each other and you're ostracized, suddenly it's like, oh shit, that sucks.
I mean, here's the thing. I do understand it. Like, here's the thing about me. I always say if I ever played Big Brother, I would have to play it emotionless. And because I know if I let the littlest crack of emotion in, that would be it for me. I would then become a completely emotional player. It would be horrible. I would be gone because I would solely be acting on emotion and not logic. So there is part of me that understands the player that needs to not care that you're leaving for themselves.
I
I can
beg to differ.
understand it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I can understand it.
If Big Brother was 2 weeks and someone was
Right.
evicted every day, I think it'd
Right.
be a lot more. You're gone. You're gone. See you next week. You're gone. See you next week. See you outside the house. We'll have lunch. Let's have lunch. When you are living it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and someone is nominated on
Yeah.
a, you know, Monday,
Hmm.
and or rather veto ceremony is
Friday.
Monday, so earlier than that. Yeah, exactly.
Friday.
Friday. Thank you. Um, and there's a week.
And I never played this game.
And well, I was thinking post veto because a
No,
lot happens post.
I don't.
So
Go ahead.
noms are locked in on a Monday, and let's say you kind of know you're the one going. That's 4 fucking days of just being, and like every moment when you're peeing, when you go to get breakfast, when you're walking through a room, when you're trying to read the Bible, when you walk upstairs, when you go to play chess, that wears a person down. And for other people not to sense that, I get it's a game, but there also is so much humanity mixed with it. Ah, I have a
Well,
hard
that's what
time.
we're watching. That's why there's live feeds. That's why people like the psychology of the game. But I don't know why you can't get that. Yeah, there's all those things. And I don't want to feel any of those because if I feel any of those, I'm going home.
And I
So
hear
I'm
you,
going
and
to shut myself down.
I respect the people that are able to do that. But what I'm saying is, I cannot, and I know you, and you
Oh,
would
I know
not
I
be able
wouldn't.
to do that.
No,
That's what I'm
oh,
trying to
one,
say.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
four
no.
days straight, all day, every day.
Oh, yeah.
You, after a while, it's going to wear you down that that person is alone, and that's a shitty feeling.
Oh, 100%. I
And
know
that's what
I
I'm trying to
would
say to
not.
you. You wouldn't last.
Oh no, the solely the reason I don't play Big Brother is because I know I would be a crying, blubbering mess that, in all honesty, would probably self-evict, and I would never want to take that opportunity away from someone. That is honest to God the reason I don't play.
Wow,
Otherwise, I would.
makes sense.
I I think I would. I think I would go in with the best cutthroat of intentions. I would hear other people's stories. I would see other people being mistreated, and I would completely give up my own game to help someone else.
I hear that, and I think you would too.
Yeah, that's why I don't play. I just sit here and judge those of you that do.
Speaking of things to judge, I know you had an opinion of the HOH room.
Yeah, we didn't want to cover that in fake Ivy from Michaels.
I think it's such a beautiful room they put a lot of money and effort into, and it
I
didn't get
agree.
utilized last year, so they're like, "Just keep it."
I mean, I feel like they could have done something.
They
Like, I
did, they gave it
feel.
pink blankets.
No, it had pink blankets last season
Oh,
too.
did it?
Yep. I
Oh,
mean, they didn't even change one aspect of it. But look, in all honesty, if what it took to have Big Brother Canada come back was that they only put, 1/20th of the budget into the house, I'm fine with that. I would have been fine if they literally left the house how it was
yeah,
and
so
just called it like a do-over. Just be like BB 8.5.
I'd be like, "Wait, this is the same room. Is this the bed that Sheldon was in?" I loved Sheldon.
First of all, here's the other thing, and I get it, man. COVID, guys, gonna give you all a hot take right now. COVID sucks because if there was no COVID, then I guess we wouldn't be in this scenario. But like, if they didn't have to have people quarantine for 2 weeks, there's so much they could have done that would have been hysterical. Like when they all walked into that room, have like Sheldon walk out of the bathroom and be like, guys, wait, is the seat did they start? I've been in here since last season. What?
That
Like
would
they
have
could have
been
just
so
had
funny.
people popping. I know, it would have been the best. I would have loved it. I'm still not convinced they're not bringing those people back.
And how come we have no footage of the ball pit?
Oh, we have tons of it. You guys should follow at BBCAN9 live feeds on Twitter. They got clips, photos. You can see the people hiding in the ball clips. You can get all the information early before our live feed update shows start, and then you can get them there.
But I want to see it on an actual televised episode, and that annoys me. But speaking of clips and people hiding, you had all your Jedson scares that I know you absolutely adored. We had Victoria and Beth helping him so as to horrify Kiefer, because I'm really from New
Kifa.
York now, Kiefer and
Yeah.
Tara. But there's Tara being absolutely horrified by Jetson hiding behind the couch. But what I will say, you have to be very, very careful with that. What if Tara sat down and was like, "All right, ladies, we're trying to get rid of Jed, right? He pisses us all off." Like, what would you do? That's
You
awkward, you
wouldn't.
know?
But I mean, we see those moments all the time. Here's the more important part. Um, I forget who that third person was. Remember it was like Victoria and then Tara
Beth,
came in. Who is it at the mirror?
Beth.
Okay, how did Beth not see him?
No, Beth
Beth
was a
is
part of it.
literally.
Victoria and Beth were helping him do the scares. It was Tara that
Mm,
was scared the second time. But you wouldn't see him in the mirror. He's behind the couch. And you're not gonna if you're
I
not
remember
expecting
Beth being.
somebody, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, let me look behind the couches."
Yeah. I maybe because I was just taking the screen grab of the first one and tweeting it, so I missed the Beth being a part of it. I thought Beth didn't know.
No, Beth knew she was part of it with Victoria
Okay,
setting it up.
then that makes way more sense.
Yes.
Um, all I can say is he can scare me anytime he wants.
Speaking of being
Oh my
scared.
god, he would scare me. I would pretend like I was
Oh,
passed out and was
huh?
choking on something and needed mouth to mouth. I would have fallen on the floor and been like,
I don't I don't think that gesture or mouth is needed. You could just pass out and maybe he would just give you mouth to mouth regardless.
because I'm good looking?
You know it.
No, I would have to like act like I was choking. Otherwise, he would just go run and get help. I would need to make him think I'm in immediate danger.
Yeah, but choking would require the Heimlich. So you'd have to pick you up and
Yeah, well, I yay what? Then there'd be lots of thrusting also. Yeah, babe. Then when that wouldn't work, I'd be like, mouth to melt. Like that. Yep. I got a
Okay.
whole plan. Got a whole plan. Oh, I hope we get exit interviews in person this year because I plan on choking.
Stop, Eric.
What? I'm in
Appropriate.
love with him. That whole towel scene where he was talking to Victoria, I was just like this the whole time. Like there was little cartoon hearts. I was like blink, 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 blink. I'm in
Uh,
love with him.
I love that for you.
I do too.
So speaking of like scares, something that could have resulted in being very scary, but it wasn't, was the whole house guests come to the living room. We have something from Big Brother. And let me explain it for
I
those who didn't watch. What it
okay, go ahead.
is the two teams had to split off in their respective bedrooms, and they were given the option. And what it
Hmm.
was is the whole share or steal thing. And what I always think of is, what is it? One of the Batman movies with the Joker, where it's like blow up the other ship, and they don't want to blow up the other ship, and if both blow each other up, they blow each other up. If they save each other, they save each other. That's always what I think of is the Joker. Those that get it, get it. Obviously, Eric, you do not. So I'll keep on going. So the whole thing is like the share or steal. So if one group says share and the other group says share, then both of them at the whole house gets PB&J, cookies and milk,
How
also
jealous are you of
known as
that?
Nicole's fucking diet.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So best believe I be in those rooms like, you motherfuckers are saying share because if I don't get cookies, milk, and PB&J, there's going to be hell to pay this week, and I will make each and every single one of your lives a living hell. That would have been my threat. I would have been asked. I would have been the one that went to the other room, and that would have been my threat. But anyway, if one team says share and the other one says steal, then the team that shared it, no, shared it goes on stop, and the team that stole gets a feast and gets an advantage in the future POB ceremony. Ooh, that's good. Now, if both say steal, well, you just cancel each other out and everybody goes on slop.
Now, here's the thing. I freaking love this shady ass Big Brother.
I know you do. I don't.
I love that they are creating these scenarios to create drama and fights with the people. And then it wasn't bad enough that it was just the let's pit team against team. They were like, no, no, no. Let's take it one step further, and now each team needs to select a person to go to the other side. It is like, first of all, I was just blown away that Latoya even volunteered.
Yeah,
That is literally saying,
I can lie.
I guess for her, it's not so much saying put a target on her back, but for Jedson,
Tie to Sean.
Ty. No, wasn't it Jedson that did it? It was Ty.
That was
It
tie.
was Ty. You're correct. You're
Yep.
correct. To go over to the other side when you know you're lying.
Yeah.
Why was he so willing to do that? Can I go lie to 6 other people before we all blindside
I'm
them?
really good at it.
The team that has lost 2 people and are going to be so screwed. I'm a physical threat in this game and well liked. I would now like to go burn all these bridges. I'm
Well,
like, what are you
I
doing?
I thought the exact same thing. And yes, she wasn't the one chosen or volunteer, but I thought the same thing with Austin. When Austin was like, we should like go in there
Oh,
and like offer this, 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 and this. And I would say it like this. And then we do the opposite. If I was in that room, I'd be like, that bitch knows how to lie. And I'd be so scared. And I
mm-hmm.
apologize. It's after 11, so now all the curses are coming out. But like I'd be scared. I'd be really, really scared because obviously she can lie. So I actually do give Kiefer credit here when Ty went into that room and Kiefer's like, you know what? If you just came in here and lied to all of us, that's it. Your game is done. You lied to each of our faces. You're the next target. And I was kind
Yeah,
of
I
like,
think.
good for you, Kiefer. Like, calling it like it is.
And I have a feeling when Ty went back into that other room, he
Yep.
said that and was like, look, I was all for Steel,
Yep.
but now you guys as a team are putting my game. Like, I think he had that realization, but it just didn't have time to make the edit.
Absolutely. And that's exactly why they did the send one representative. Because if it went south, those people would have been screwed. And if it didn't go south, that would be the reason why, because people would return to their group and go, "Oh, remember we were all laughing about stealing? Yeah, my game is at risk now."
But
So,
but that is what I love too. There is so much intermingling among these teams.
yep,
How is this stuff not going to get back to the other team over time? BB can, and oh my god, they're just creating so much chaos that is just ready to explode anywhere.
yep,
It's only going to take one person to be like, Latoya, Austin wanted a steal and she wanted a lie and basically
yeah.
laugh at you guys. And I was going to go along with it and da 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 da. And then start like burning those bridges as well. I don't, I love how set up perfectly it is for this drama, and I'm pissed that the only thing that becomes of it is somehow, moment after moment, scenario after scenario, time after time, Josh just gets the blame. People ostracize Josh, and we're not getting really drama out of it.
Well, Josh said it. Josh was like, "I would have just stole. I have nothing to lose at this point. What do I care?" But because of my game, I had to be quiet and let it happen. What I can say is I made a mental note of Victoria, who was very, to a group like, "Guys,
Mhm.
keep in mind this is Big Brother. Like, we're not going to share. Keep in mind it's Big Brother." I'd be like, mental note. And the other very big mental note, and you guys know this already, Tara. Tara was like, "I'm not jumping when they tell me to jump. I'm not doing everything they say." And I'm like, when have they ever told you what to do?
That part I did like. She's like, I am not doing what they tell me to do. Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like, when did they
When?
tell you to do stuff? Um, However, I did agree with her. I There's no way to know what the other team was gonna do, right?
Yes.
But let's say there was a way. Let's say Team Austin knew the other team was gonna share. I agree, stealing was the move.
Yeah.
Keep knocking that team down. Take your advantage. Do not have to do a renom. Definitely get one of them. I mean, you were definitely getting one of them out regardless, but that would have been the move.
I would say, again, me being always, always, always team underdog, Kiefer, after threatening Ty, like, your game is over, that you probably got a vibe when he left the room that you scared the piss out of him and he was going to, share. What they should have done to help their game is steal, and they
Steal.
would have gotten the advantage in the POV, and that's what I would have been happier with. I wouldn't have been happy if the other team stole, because you guys know I don't like a steamroll. You guys know I don't do the team on top like that. Gets on my nerves. Even if I like all the people on that team, that's just not my bag. Um, I would have liked to see the underdogs kind of be sneaky in that sense, but I also, what tends to happen is the underdogs tend to be the ones that are like, "Oh no, like, let's not be mean. We shouldn't be mean." And it's like, no, be selfish. You need that advantage. Come on, guys. But alas, both teams share. So they have a feast, and like Josh was saying, kumbaya. But again, it's very early in the season. If it was weeks later, which it could happen again, it'd be very, very different. But early
Mhm.
on in the season, it tends to be more kumbaya. And you guys know I love me a group hug. So I love to see the cast group hug. And that's something that I think is very important.
Speaking of hugs, how incredibly much, and not just because it was towel time, but how much did we love hearing Victoria's, I don't mean how much did we love that she was in the foster system. I just
No.
mean like she is such an inspirational, joyful
Yeah.
person. And when you hear her story, you could see and understand how it would be, so easy for her to be, a bitter
Yeah.
person. And she is just so full of like love and joy.
She epitomizes the notion of it's a choice. It's a choice how you treat people. It's a choice how you look at the world. And maybe not right, guys. I always say right reason. She has every reason to be jaded, angry, frustrated. Um, but she's not. And like I said, that speaks so much to the notion of you can consciously decide to be a good person. You can consciously decide to put positive energy into the world despite all that all that. Like, and I give her so much credit for getting through it with such strength, but also I give her even more credit for handling it with grace and being such a phenomenal human being. And that's like 50 different things that I'm giving her credit for. And yeah, I again not loved the story. It's deeply sad, but just loved how open she was about it and her strength. And wow, like she's just wow. Wow.
I'd be willing to step aside from Ty for her.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. She deserves them.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I have a problem though.
What?
You like Josh. You like Jedson. You like Ty. I need you to share because I need to have at least one crush, and you're taking all three of them.
No, I'm, like, I would say I'm like, I would say I'm like droopy for Josh.
What? What is happening? Eric, stop. Do not. Do not. No, no, no. Please do not. For all that is holy, do not do this to me
And
right now.
things get higher the further up that chain we go. Can I make a shirt that says droopy for Josh? I'm saying you can have Josh. I just like Josh because, he's on my team. I feel like I need to like him. What?
Well, I don't want any of those mental pictures, and I have all of those mental pictures. I cannot believe you just said
I
that.
was like, am I going for this? I guess I'm going for this. My point is, all right,
Safe to say,
I
Josh,
want Ty.
Jetson,
You can
Ty.
have
Is that what's happening?
I want Ty. You can have Jetson.
Okay, deal.
Is that who you would have picked, or would you have picked Ty?
It's a good question. I
All
like
right.
Josh, but not in the cards.
To quote Jedson, watching everyone's balls drop around me today.
Are you sure? I don't. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
You said during the premiere Josh said he was gay. I did not hear that.
of
I
course
missed
he
that
did.
part. I must have been distracted doing something, and maybe I'm convinced he's not.
Well, don't worry. I
Holding
got
out.
bad news for you. I got bad news for you. Here's the thing. And this is what scares me. And I hope I'm wrong because I've been wrong about Josh the whole time so far. I feel like Josh is a gay that's not going to enjoy me. Like, how there's the gays that come on like a Kevin and like we can bond
Oh,
instantly and
oh,
then we can
like
have
interview
like fun.
wise.
I mean, real life. I think interview wise, we can have fun with anybody, but I think like a real world connection,
Like
I,
interaction.
yeah, like I feel like we're not going to, and not on my end. I feel like Josh is a cool gay, and I am a not cool gay, and I
Oh,
hope that I'm wrong,
but you're a cool guy.
but I'm a cool guy. It's why you only get a droop. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You kind of even saw it a little bit when he was nominated, which I didn't. I mean, I know we're jumping for 1 second, but did you
Yeah,
see the look Brayden gave Josh?
I do not.
He like side-eyed smirked Josh's nomination, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah, but we've established from multiple things that the whole house is not, unfortunately, is not his biggest fan. The whole house is kind of like, you know. So I think that's just kind of like a game house, like not me mentality. Like you put yourself there, you've been a target. Yep, makes sense. Get on the block. You're quiet. You're aloof.
It's just every time I hear Josh talk, I'm like, my God, he's me. Like I tweeted
Josh?
out, yeah, like I tweeted out that tweet where he was like, I only have 4 friends I care about even
Yeah,
talking to. I
but
don't like leaving my house. I have a cat and a dog, and I just want my own house and some chickens. Like, that's me. He's not a partier, a clubber, a going out person. I think he has a dark, sarcastic sense of humor. Like, we're so the same person that I feel like when you're too similar, you don't mesh in the real world.
but see, I think we need a fact check because it was during that clip. That's the clip when he says, "I gotta find me a cute gal."
I don't know what weird delusion you're living in.
I'm
I know
telling
as
you. I'm
I'm
telling you,
not
it's
even
in that clip that
having
he
this
says, "I gotta get me a cute
argument.
gal."
Guy, he's gay.
He's a gal.
Oh my God. Can you all please tweet out to Nicole that
No, that's
once
not.
again she's falling for the gay guy on a Big Brother season? I don't mean falling for like in love. I mean, you're being caught, you're being mesmerized by the gay.
I gravitate to gay men. This is valid.
Yes, and you're gravitating towards the droop.
Ew, no, no, no. Nah, right here is where that ends. That joke does
Okay.
not continue beyond this point. It is over. It is ended.
I
I
need
don't
like
want to
3
hear
more then.
the
You can't
words.
do that to me. Droop, droop, droopity droop, droopily, droopity droop. Okay, I
No,
think I'm good. I think
I
I'm good. I had to get
listen.
it out.
I
I
never
think
want to
droop.
hear you say
Okay.
that word ever again.
Okay. How about just by the end of the show? Okay, droop got it. I'm out. I'm good.
Speaking of things that I don't know where I'm going with this. Wendy's. Austin takes Victoria. They enjoy a lovely Wendy's meal. They Your tweet was funny. They have the family video. Austin's
You mean the
family.
indentured servants now? Because when you get on Big Brother, if you're cast, your family is not allowed, they're forced to work for Wendy's and not allowed to leave until you get evicted. That tweet?
That was a very funny tweet. I thought it was very clever. Yes.
I did have to say, it's very common on Big Brother Canada that when you get the HOH, you don't get a letter, you get the video from home. So when
But
she
everything.
didn't get the video, I was like, what'd they do with the video? So then I was like, oh, that's what they do with the video.
I thought it was very lovely. Her getting her letter, her pictures, her getting the video from her family. Um, that's something I don't think I'll ever get past. It makes me extremely, extremely emotional because I get it. Like I really get it. My family was emotional because they get it. And I like the idea because obviously they can't have an actual person there. So I like the idea of like the screen coming forward. I think it's very, very cute. From there, we transition into our love fests. Beth kind of informs us that Brayden likes Jed, Latoya likes Jed, Austin likes Jed. Beth flirts with everybody, but Beth really, really likes Ty. So we're getting, all of our, for lack of a better word, showmance information from Beth.
Hmm.
And then we go into our, it's almost nominations, who's going to talk about whom, and it's 3 people talking about each other. So you have Josh obviously saying to Austin, hey, Rowan, and Kiefer. You have Kiefer saying Rowan and Josh. You have Rowan talking to Austin and saying, I'm good, right? So those are our 3 often matriculated names, and it's very unfortunate. And I think, obviously, when it comes down to it, other people have to end up sitting next to them, and who knows? But I think, let's say we have a dynamic this week where let's say if a Josh were to go, then we have a Kiefer and a Rowan next week, then the other one of them the following week. I think that's what we're probably going to see because it tends to follow a trajectory in the beginning unless
Yeah,
a
well,
big
when
threat ends up next to one of them.
sure, and when you only have 4 people to pick from,
Yeah.
it's not like we're talking there's a whole house, obviously. It's gonna be this. I
No, but
what?
there there is other people to choose from.
Yes, there is, but she does not want to go after. Look, I think it's smart for Austin to go after guys. I would have been upset if it is a female HOH and she goes after females. Time and
Yes.
time again in this game, the female HOHs always go after the other females, and it's why we
Yes.
hardly ever get a female winner.
But there is, and yes, Latoya's name was also thrown out there, but there is a Jetson, there is a Braden, and those names are never said, which, I get it. Like, people tend to be targets more so than other people, but I also think it's what you have to make note of is who people are not mentioning. Yes, in Big Brother, always pay attention to who people are mentioning, but you should kind of have your antennas up for the people that nobody's saying. So it's kind of like, why is nobody saying Jetson? I'd be like, oh, damn, he must be good with a lot of people. Like, note. And obviously, you're not going to maybe go after him right away, but, you kind of make a mental note that, like, nobody said it.
It's true. I mean, I, I feel like Josh made good points when he went to talk to Austin. I think giving the pros and cons and him being completely honest about his,
Yeah.
viewpoint, I think that was great. I think Kiefer coming in and be like, I'm not going to say me at all, and I'm going to say why you should put Rohan up and why you should put Josh up. Him throwing Josh under the bus, which again, I understand the point is to save your own game, but Kiefer, for the love of God, you have to understand that you and Josh sticking together is probably your only chance.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Josh is gone. And now you're
You're
the
next.
only target. So instead of just trying to throw that blame on all the people that are going to be the closest to you, you should be working on focusing that target on
Yep.
Tyson, on Jedson, on them working with other people. This is just some super bad gameplay on his part, and I don't get it.
But
I'm
I get it. Yes, an
disappointed.
outsider looking in, it's like, oh my gosh, Ro, Kiefer, Josh, get together, the three of you, figure something out, go to Austin, propose something, keep your three asses safe, and go after somebody else. Yes, it's easy to say that from the outside, but when you're in it, and let's say you're somebody like Kiefer, you're gonna say, yeah, those two guys, they're targets, right? Not me.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying them, and I'm going to say them too. Like, that's natural way. So yes, it's easy from the outside to look in and be like, get your shit together, everybody. But when you're in it, it's not so easy to get your shit together. Like, obviously they know they're in trouble, but it's harder to unite people who are already down and out to go after somebody else than it is just be like, oh, you're down and out. This person, not me. Please don't look at me. So I do get it. I do get it. I see both sides of it.
Was that your impression of me?
What?
You were like, it's so easy from the outside to be like, oh, good at the blip, the blip.
Maybe.
Were you just doing an impression of me?
My impression of you my impression of you is droopy.
Oh, but you're allowed to say it.
Yes, I said you're not allowed to say it ever, but I can say it whenever I want.
I think, in all honesty, look, I'm also from the mindset of this is Big Brother and there are no spoilers. However, we won't talk about what's to come, but I would say existing specifically on this episode that we are talking about, I'm fine with Kiefer going.
Based on this episode, and he's had my whole heart this whole time. Yeah, I think I I thought his social game would be more of a, dare I say, a Nicole, like a forgiving, understanding, listening to everybody, being sweet, being kind. And when I see these moments, I'm just like, oh, you're kind of hurting other people's games and your own, you know? So I do hear what you're saying. So at the end of this episode, we have Austin naming the nominees, which my family was very entertained by because they forgot there's no key turning box. They were like, oh my God, she has to stand up there and like call people out. So Austin names Josh and Kiefer as the two nominees. Um, Josh, she explains it's because of like his lack of loyalties, and Kiefer, she explains that he really doesn't talk game to anybody, and she emphasizes something that really bothered Beth earlier in the episode, which is Kiefer calling her out during the HOH competition. Like he was kind of like calling her out, and people were like, "Shut up, Kiefer! Like stop talking to Austin like that." So she used that as her excuses, reasons, whatever you want to see them as. And she explains, like everybody does, that it's not personal, it's just based on game. Best of luck in the veto. Let's see how it goes. Which also, on that note, why last year did they go into a room with like heads? And then this year there was no room. Like I was expecting like little action figures, you know,
Do we ever find out if they got their action figures?
their heads. I really hope they didn't. If I got sent that giant diecast model of my own head, I'd be scared of it.
We would have such a better relationship if you sent me a cast model of your head and a foam bat.
We would have such a better relationship if you would just let me hit you with a home net.
Okay. Um ah, here's the
You're
thing.
having a moment,
I
aren't
mean,
you?
no, I was thinking like it was kind of that thing that I was saying before of, there was the moment during the nominations when Braden like side-eyed smirked at Josh's nomination, and I was just like, that was an interesting edit to insert. Like, are they trying to highlight that they're not getting along?
I think they're emphasizing that Braden, Austin, and Julie were the dolls. Julie went home instead of because of repercussion, whatever what
It's
you
a
want to
good
call it,
point.
because of, not because of, but instead of Josh, she went home. So I think it's like kind of like Austin's HOH, justice for Julie. You're on the block, you know?
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
mean, let me ask you this. Do we want to do a minute or two of just letting people know about the POV situation?
sure, you can do so. Just give people a minute to
So
unfurl.
here's what we will do. If you guys don't want to know about the what happens during the POV, then this is where you should get off. I or we will talk more about this on the live feed update show. And those will happen midday-ish. Fingers crossed. Tomorrow will be the first one. If not, it will be Wednesday, and then they'll be for the rest of the season. Um So, while you are staying or leaving, I will remind all of you that the best way to help support our shows is to follow, like, and subscribe wherever you are watching: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, YouNow, Instagram, TikTok, all of our socials, which of course you can find over at hellofriendspod.com/find us live. Follow us on all the socials there, and of course, at the end of this show, share it. Share it with people you think that might like it. And of course, a 5-star rating and a nice review is always appreciated too. So, spoiler section. Burp, burp, burp.
Pew pew pew. What?
Spoiler section.
Alert! Alert!
Wow. She forgot everyone. It's fine.
Groupie. What?
I guess you forgot what you used to do during spoiler sections.
Oh my God! Are we bringing it back?
I think we should.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a BB Canada 9 spoiler.
Love it.
Thank you.
And I would love it if my soundboard worked.
Oh, it's you're just having all the issues.
Oh, it does work. You just can't hear it. Hold
What?
on.
What are you doing?
You guys heard it, right? Did you just watch how Nicole? Yes, they heard.
Jack can hear it. What is it? I want to know.
It's just it's like a little thing that I made.
What is
Oh
it?
no, they don't hear it. They don't hear it. It's you going, that's so inappropriate. I gotta figure out. I don't know why I'm having these like little weird things where it's not transferring over, but yeah, it's you being like, that's so inappropriate. Oh, that's weird. The YouTube people and stuff do hear it. That's weird.
Huh.
Interesting.
Wait, play it again for them.
Yeah, wait, let me look. Let me look at the audio level. No, I don't think they did hear it because there was no audio level for it.
Oh, so now people
Unless
are lying. People are lying up in this chat.
unless I have to talk for it to come through. I don't know.
I'll just say
I
it.
don't know if that's right.
That's inappropriate.
No, you're mad at me about something for it. I got to figure out how to make it work, but yeah.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Anyway,
Ready? That's inappropriate.
it is like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So like if I were to go droopy, then I would press that's inappropriate.
That's inappropriate.
I love
You
it.
know what is
Okay.
appropriate right now? A spoiler.
Spoilers. I'm sorry. We ruined the spoiler section. So I would like it again, please.
It is time for a BB Canada 9 spoiler.
So, who do you think won POV?
I am going to put it into the universe and say Josh. But
Well,
I'm going to assume it's Austin.
you were so close with a pew pew pew. It was Kiefer.
Did he? Good for him.
Yeah, not really. We had a little bit of hope because Rowan's the replacement. But even before Rowan became the replacement, there was like a little glimmer we had on Sunday where these geniuses realized, hey, why would we go after the person who's alone and everyone's been ostracizing? Maybe we should take out a Rowan who's in with all the guys. But those brainiacs have backpedaled from that plan today. But as I said, Thursday is a long ways away.
Yeah.
This can flip back and forth 10 more times. Josh's plan at the moment, and he's very smart. He must listen to our shows. He was like, I'm not going to do too much too fast. I'm going to wait
Smart.
till like a Tuesday to start planting seeds,
Yep.
Wednesday to get a little bit more aggressive with them, and then Thursday I'll make a real play.
You
So
have
he
to.
wants to let people know he is going to go after Austin if he stays. He is going to let people know that he will vote with them however he wants, however they want.
It-
And he is going to let them know that by me calling out Austin and declaring a clear target, if you or I, like, it's a protection for
Yeah.
you. If
Yeah.
we end up on the block together now, you know I'm the one going.
And that's so
So that's going
smart.
to be his
I
plan.
think that's extremely smart. Maybe not always, but when your back seems to be against a wall, your best bet is to lay it all out on the table. Be like, this person's my target. This is what I'm doing. Obviously, if I don't follow that, you guys will all know, and I'll be the next target out the following week. But if I do follow through, it's clear who my target is. And if she or one of her allies gets power, she's coming after me and not you. And that's what you have to do. Because when people are hell bent on getting you out, you have to give them a reason, like, oh, he ain't coming after me. So I think it's very, very smart. I think he has a smart course of action. You never come in too hot, too heavy, too quick, because then it fizzles out, burns out. People get bored of it. People get over it. People rethink things and they move on. You need to like keep the majority of your argument for like a Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I'm thinking of like BBUS, but like you have to keep it for right, like right when the time's right and people are like, oh, wait a second. Hmm.
No, I do. I completely agree with you.
That's
There's
so
hope.
inappropriate. I like Ro as well. I really do. It's
It's
tough.
tough.
There's a
There's
lot
a
of
lot
people
of
on the
people on the
cast that I
cast that I
really
really
like.
like.
I didn't
I
want to
didn't want
see
to see
Julie go
Julie go
first. I don't
first. I
want to
don't want to
see
see
Ro
Ro
or
or
Josh go
Josh go
second.
second.
So,
So,
hmm
you know what I think, Nicole?
what?
What?
That's so inappropriate.
Got it working.
Is this gonna annoy me? Is there other sound bites or just that one?
Just that one.
I feel like you're lying.
But now that I know how to get it to work, I could add more. I was afraid it was going to echo if I. Oh, it did echo. All right, so it doesn't work. I got it to work, but work with an echo. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I didn't mean to troubleshoot this with all of you. Um, we should wrap up the show, but this was a fun show, Nicole. And since we already did our follow, likes, and all of that, I thought we could do a little thank you.
Oh, you're gonna thank me? Go ahead.
Not to you. I wanted to give us. Oh, wait, there's still an echo? Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
Eric.
no, I don't think there's an echo anymore. Or I hope there's not. Here, I can just
If
delete
there
this
is
one.
an echo, just go with it. This is how we're gonna end the show. Echoing and sexy.
No echo anymore. Okay, thank you. Some people are just
Damn it.
on delay. Here's who I wanted to thank. And I apologize if there were more people. I wanted to thank Olive Oiled, Michelle, Kathy, BB, gifting subscriptions in the
Oh,
Hello Friends Twitch. So thank you very much. You are all very kind, very generous. Thank you guys for supporting the shows. Thank you, Kathy, BB, for the subscriptions over in Twitch.
I love it. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. That's
You
awesome. I
know,
love to hear that.
I
Can I
love to
thank?
hear. What?
Can I thank?
Oh yeah, who you thanking?
I'm thanking our BBCAN9 live feed updaters and just tweet it out if you want to become an updater, queue up with live feeds and tweet it out and be like, boop, boop, boop. I just tweeted the link a little while ago. I guess not a little
It's
while, like an hour ago, 2 hours ago,
thank you.
recently. My latest tweet. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for reminding me. It is yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters is where that form is. Just fill it out. Jess will get in touch with you. I believe we could just use some more people for mornings or afternoons. So if you're around, morning or afternoon is your time of day. 100%. We would love the help. And if you do it, um, I was
Well,
trying
the
to think of
people.
something funny and I can't think of anything. I was going to be like, Nicole will send you her socks. I thought that was weird and not funny. Then for some reason, I was going to go, Nicole will send you a teeth impression. I don't even know where I
Why?
got that from. I thought because I was thinking of your retainers. Then I was going to be
Why?
like, lock of hair, but that was creepy. So you're going to get nothing, but you're going to help us out. And then we're going to love you forever.
And Eric will be droopy for you.
I am droopy for updaters. See you guys all on the next show, which might be in a little while. Bye for now,
Bye,
everybody.
friends.
Bye, friends.